Yeah, rolling.
Good morning, Chinho. Good morning, Isbian. My name is David. I am the main videographer of the documentary Faded. I would like to start out by giving the story background and the approach that we took towards Faded. We took a more Marxist theory that we applied towards the storyline, and we worked our way in from it. And I realized that there was this one saying that I heard this week, and it said that if you take all the wealth in the world from the wealthy man and you put it into the pockets of the poor and the medium class, over a span of time, that wealth will go back to the wealthy man. Now, whether it's a characteristic or whether it's work ethic, that ideology was a philosophy that Karl Marx applied into his theory. So when Karl Marx talked about his theory, which is actually basically a social and economic political theory that discusses how the society functions. You have the bourgeoisies and you've got the proletarians. And how we wanted to adapt it originally at the start. We wanted to adapt that the bourgeoisies always misuse their authority and power and wealth on the proletarians. So as the story goes in our documentary, MAH09956 was the first character and the main character that we were seeing. And we wanted to portray the story as though she's the one being affected. But looking through Karl Marx's theory, the bourgeoisies were people who were employed. And when we look at MAH09956, she is not an employee, she is an employer. So she actually falls in the class of bourgeoisie, and that's where the beginning of our whole storyline was, the crevices of our whole storyline struggle was, how do we go about this? And as you saw at the end of the video, we decided at the end to point it to graduate space. People who were, at the end of the day, the proletarians, the one that were at the end of the food chain, was the one that got the main highlight. And that gave the contrast and the storyline flow. And MAH09956 acted as a good flow towards it. But when we started in the group, the hardest part was actually getting to this point. Understanding how we apply the cultural theory and meet FFS criteria for the video. So I would like to move on to how can we improve on the video. For me, as the main videographer, there's a lot of things that you can be improved on. We can start also with the lighting. I did not like the lighting of the interviews when they conducted when they were asking the customers. If you remember that part, customers questions on like how's the food here, and the Indian guy said 4 ringgit, some people give 8 ringgit. But if you notice the lighting situation, that situation, I really wish I had carried the bounce board at that part. Because the Chinese man was wearing a white shirt. His shirt exposed, but his face was not at the same exposure as well. And that's where the bounce board were coming perfectly and so on and so forth. Another crucial thing in my role as a videographer, which I wished I actually had spent more time doing, is actually storyboarding. Like having a hard copy storyboard, not just a mental storyboard. Yeah, I can shoot events because I go there and you never expect what happens. But with a documentary, the approach has to always be fundamentally hard copy storyboard. And I want, if I could make an improvement, it would be having a proper storyboard. Yeah. What did I learn? Okay, the highest link factor from my role as a videographer is actually honestly the composition of highlight. I did not get, if you notice we were discussing, Chinho brought up the topic on the eye line of MAH09956 being shot from one angle where she's placed on the left, and the next angle she's placed on the other left of the other camera, and didn't complement each other. Understanding the value of composition and how it invokes the sense of storytelling was is the most highest take back for me, would be the eye line factor. Composition of an interview, that was my highest learning curve. And the skills developed throughout even this whole semester and through this documentary would be honestly audio skills. Even the audio we worked throughout the video was actually had good audio and it also had bad audio. Some days the noise was really bad and some days the noise was not bad. We were using 2 different audio recorders. One was the Sennheiser. Sennheiser produced definitely the best quality, and one was another China-made duplicate of Sony. And after after going into post, you realize the quality of the audio differences. So that was one of my learning curves of understanding how to read audio levels and how to adjust it to meet the situation. How did I work as a team, or how did the team work as work as? So in the beginning of the documentary, the team, I think the main issue, the team was cracking their head on the storyline and the direction of where the story was supposed to go, and that was what we were trying to figure out. But once we got into that role, all of us knew each other. We were in foundations for 3 years. We already have history with each other. We know how each other function and work. But the beginning part was the hard part, but after that, it was great. The producer was the glue that sticked us together, Alistair. Shing was the one that edited and always smiled and didn't complain about anything. Louisa had the strong head and the directive vision of what we should do and what should be accomplished and which goal for that. How did I accomplish my role is, I would accomplish my role by producing shots, usable shots, exposed right, and there are mistakes like the Economist, out of focus, need to relook on that as well. And I wish the Economist could have been in a better environment, but it's not, we couldn't take where the shot was. He had to choose where to shoot. Establishing shots. Establishing shot was one of my things that I overlooked and I didn't realize that I didn't get as establishing shots. So all I expect to my storyboarding. How successful was the video? I give it, on my own personal basis, I would give it about 45% of reaching out, because I feel that the pacing of the video is okay, but it has up and downs, like they commented on the music. But I feel that it's clear, but it doesn't leave a stamp. It just doesn't leave a stamp. So that's why I give it 45 to 50. Yeah, that's about it.
You want to go first? Okay. You were mentioning about what wealth accumulation and Karl Marx is, and then that's the purpose of your video, is to highlight the proletariats, which are the students, which you said it was happened at the end of the video. So if that was your highlight, if you wanted to highlight the plight of the students, oh,